And good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here at Signature Esports, and what a pleasure it is to be with you here this Sunday afternoon. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. We are live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, of course, all of the platforms that we love to do. Joe Six-Pack Racing League here for this fantastic 75 lap that they're going to put out here at the Crapshoot Las Vegas. It is all anybody's game, that is for sure. Good to see you all out there. I know that Daytona is on a red flag right now, so we saw the big one happen really early, 14 laps, and we will see what happens here with these guys as you see the field starting to either finish up or continue their qualifying laps. We're going to get ready to rock and roll here in just a couple of moments, and I do dig what we did for the new intro. If you didn't see it, I am going to play it one more time for you, just because I think it's really stinking cool, and these guys deserve to see it one more time. So bear with me while they get everything ready to rock and roll, and we'll be up and rolling here in just a moment. Totally super stinking cool. I dig it. I tried to get up last week, but by the time it was all said and done, they ran a couple more tracks anyway. So I went ahead and added a few more shots into it, extended it just a little bit, and here they are today, getting a new opening video, a new everything, and they're going to go green flag racing right here at Las Vegas. Thank you very much, Anthony Garland, down there in Daytona, getting rained out. I do believe that was what you were saying. So, you know, my man, I'm terribly, terrible. It's terrible, terrible, terrible to see that happening down there. All right, let's take a look at the starting grid, and this is going to be brought to you by, of course, SCTV on Roku. Go to your Roku enabled device, search Signature Esports TV, and you should be able to watch some of the older broadcasts that we have out there, a channel that we have designed for that. David Lamaga is your pole sitter here. The number 34 is going to be sitting there in the front row inside. Havoline doing it justice. And Lance Brantlinger, the number 8, is going to be there on the outside. Al Reed, the number 3. Our Leitrim, Ireland driver is going to be there in the number 3. And the third place position inside row number 2. Josh Bromfield, the number 12, is going to be there as well on the outside. Mike Killingback, the number 70, is going to bring it inside number 5 spot. The number 70 is going to be there in that Blue Lives Matter, the big old, looks like he made a police car. I think I saw that whenever I was retouching up some of the videos and putting some of that in there. So I do believe I've now seen the paint scheme, and now he's going to be racing it here as Rob Lowell, the number 21, is going to be there to the outside. Lowell Motorsports in 6th place, row number 3. Sammy Davis is going to be there in the number 54, and the number 54 Atlantic Racing sitting P7 right outside of Robert Tuiscu the third, the 187. If you haven't seen it, go to signatureesports.com, hit our Signature Esports Live Facebook group, and there is a driver profile for Robert Tuiscu put up by Greg, the league owner of the Joe Six-Pack Racing League. So go check that out and give that a big old like and follow. Read up about Robert Tuiscu. I'm going to go over some of that here in just a little bit as we get things underway. Robert McFarland is going to be there in row number 5 with Brian Wojcik, our Canadian driver. The number 9 is going to be there, and that 10th place position. 75 laps at Las Vegas Speedway in the Crapshoot. 75 here, Valentine's Day. If you are tuning in because you're not watching what's going on out there with the Daytona 500, well, I appreciate you taking part of your day. Thank you very much, Greg. Greg out there, you're absolutely awesome. It's dry right now, but got to dry the track now, and it will be a while. So hey, watch the broadcast. It's going to be awesome. Thank you very much, and a whole lot of fun. Greg, I do have the logo reveal too that you will be able to use. So thank you for the new shares out there, everybody. Share it out there. Get everybody rocking and rolling. We're going to have some fun today here at Las Vegas. 10 drivers here to battle it out. We've got some statistics all ready to go for you. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, and we appreciate each and every one of you tuning in each and every week, just like you do every Sunday with the fantastic Joe Sixpack Racing League. If you can't watch Daytona, well, then this is what you should be watching in the first place. Do appreciate it. Thank you, Dunson, for sharing that out there. I do appreciate that quite a bit. 75 laps, 70% fuel load. 2 quick repairs. Does look like they're going to have 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered. 2 tire changes total. Lucky dogs wave around. Track temperature 78 degrees, 16% humidity. Wind is going to be at 2 miles an hour, and it is in the afternoon. The track time being the big key. Fred the Flagman gives him a green, green, green. Lomaga, Brantlinger, Reed. That is the top 3. How are they going to hold off? How are they going to do it? Let's find out. Right now, David Lomaga, your pole sitter, is the leader in points right now for the series. 4 points above Al Reed, who's in that number 3 machine. And this is where it's going to be very interesting. You can pretty much flat-foot it into 3 and 4. But that mid-line, that high line at Las Vegas is very, very tempting here and very good to run. I enjoy it. That's pretty much the way that I look at it. And whenever I have an opportunity to run it, that's what I do run. So I appreciate all of the fun and the exciting things that we have going on here. Thank you to Greg Drace for having me over here. Oh, a little bit loose for the 8. He gets out of there. He stays out of trouble. Doing a great job, though. So that's how that is going to work out. Lomaga picking back up the lead. Bromfield's going to be there in second. There's the Toyota Camry. Monster Energy Toyota coming around the front stretch as the 34 is going to have some fun here. As he hits the start-finish line, Lomaga leading over Bromfield. Reed there in third. Brantlinger in fourth. And definitely have to get those tires back in check. Get back in line and hold on to it and just hold on for dear life. 34 of Lomaga. I know in the nighttime it's always fun to run the high line here. After it starts to come in, you got to get some of that travel up there. And as your tires wear, you're going to want to push your car up there anyway. You can pretty much do quite a bit here. That's kind of the idea, especially at night. You can run the high line. Here right now, these guys traveling the mid and low lines. The 34's there. 12's picking up the pace to the back bumper. He's going to carry speed running the midline here on the 34. Bromfield closing the distance, trying to go to the inside of the 34. Going to carry up the track, though. The 34 using that midline on turn 3, turn 4. As now you see a little wall scrape coming. You know, you're seeing those sparks coming at you whenever somebody taps the wall like that. That right there is just absolutely thrilling to see. 12 pushing high. 3 trying to get to the inside of the 12. Going to run up right next to the bumper. The pack of 1, 2, and 3 all over each other's rear bumper as they come around turn 3 and turn 4. Big run for both of the... Ooh, the 12 gets a little bit loose on corner exit right there. Out of the throttle, into the throttle. 3 is going to figure something out. Getting to the back bumper. Lomaga starting to pull a little bit ahead. And now Al Reed trying to make the inside run. Now Al Reed's won a couple in a row, and he likes the road courses. He figured out Phoenix last week. Can he do it again this week? That's what I'm looking at here and looking forward to seeing. Good to see you all out there tuning in. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the shares. You're a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. 34 has Bromfield in his tracks once again. Downforce on that car on the 34 right now. That splitter's really grinding the inside gear. 12 down low, drives out of the corner to make it 2x2 into turn number 3. You don't want the car to carry up the track. And 34 using that midline to come back around. 12 going to lose that ground, but I do believe the 34 is going to carry out that speed. Here they are. 12 settles back into place. The 3 is going to carry heavier speed. 3 going to go up high. is going to be up there as the 12 utilizes that midline run, trying to carry out of turn 2 a little bit higher, gain that exit speed, get right to the back bumper, and try to make a move. That's exactly what you're seeing right here as they continue to move forward. Green flag racing, 8 laps of 75 complete, 12 running a higher line. 34 is starting to utilize that low line a little bit more as he comes around front stretch run. Tri-oval, lap 9 being completed. Special thank you to all of the folks out there celebrating Valentine's Day today. If you celebrated it yesterday, if you're overseas, I know we have a lot of New Zealand watchers, some of our Australian friends, just like a few. Brantlinger had a little bit of issue there. Lance Brantlinger went off track just a little bit, but he came back on track, so nothing too big. Josh Brantlinger, Travis Pavilion, and everybody, thank you for the follows out there. I do appreciate that very much. You guys are absolutely amazing. Lomaga having a little bit of company now as the 12. These guys are really trying to get to him. Lomaga, we watched him win early in the season and has the skill to do it. Ford, Toyota, Chevy, that's how they roll through Las Vegas as they are 10 laps in, completing now lap 11 in the 12. Right there on the back bumper. The checkup is where you're going to have to find a way around him. And on older tires, what is the pace going to be as they continue to move around? Tell me what you think so far of what's going on in NASCAR. You see all the new teams, all the new fun stuff that's out there. Here's the look at the rear bumper of Lomaga and how Bromfield gets real close. 12 high, 34, using a diamond shaped almost as they come out of turn 2 backstretch run right here. Continue to move forward. These guys are, Lance is racing. Thank you, Josh, for all of that. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the like. I appreciate that. Tell you what, at a certain point, yeah, I was going to say the 12 looks like he is going to be starting to make some moves right there. Was following along with that as you see, whoop, wrong camera. This is the line that our race leader right now was taking, the 34. You see the exit right there coming off the wall, how close he is. And then he used that midline run. Now, one thing I haven't seen is a driver come out and challenge on the very, very low side, which you can do. Here's the outside look of that Valvoline 34. And I do believe Al Reed might be trying to go to the inside. We're going to see how this works. Inside run for the number 3 of Al Reed as he is going to be trying to clear the 12 here. Blowing up the pace just a little bit, but that is nothing to be done. That outside line can be ran and ran fast. No, nobody tempting fate just yet. The 12 feather in. He can carry, I'm telling you, the outside line here just as fast as the inside, and if not, can carry through. As now you see the 34, he's going to settle in. The 12 is going to be there, back in place. Going to have to use that speed to catch right back up to the 34 of Lomaga, because the race leader of Lomaga is really moving, really moving. Robert McFarland, there's the number 1. Mr. Robert, I forgot to send you the dang old link again. He's got the 54 of Davis behind him. Huisku not far off. There is the 187 holding his place, doing what he does. Brantlinger, there's Lance Brantlinger. He had a couple of off tracks, but he will, whenever they come to pit road, he'll be able to come to pit road, get a little bit of that damage fixed, to maybe use one of those fast repairs when they get that set of tires that they need. 70% fuel, that's going to put him around, I know at 80% fuel, that's about 50 laps for some drivers. So 70% might be come around the 40 zone. We'll see how it works in their game plan. Maybe 35. Joe or Greg will tell me out there for sure. How's the weather there? Junior Warner. Hey, did you get a lot of snow, man? Junior Warner down there in Lebanon, Missouri. He is as close of a neighbor as I can be. Al Reed gets around Josh Bromfield for second place. And Al Reed starting to close the gap on Lomaga. High to midline, not quite to the bottom. As you see the three starting to close the gap. The early battles for the 12 and the 34 wore down some tires pretty much. And long green flag runs seem to be the standard for Lomaga and Reed. So both of these drivers 1 and 2 in points. And right now, Reed wanting to finish ahead of Lomaga so that way he can get a little bit more in the way of point and gaining some of those points. But Al Reed falling off pace just a little bit. Last 5 laps, Reed lightly closing the distance each lap. As you see Lomaga, right? I think this lap they're going to be pretty much relative to each other. If not, Reed's going to be a little bit slower on it. We'll see as they come across the stripe here as Lomaga wins that lap again. Man, I can call him, can't I? As you see it, though, the relative shrinking just a little bit more. You gotta go where the 34 isn't going, and Bromfield falling off pace a little bit. Kellingbeck is gonna be rocking and rolling right behind him. There's the number 70 driving the cruiser out there, the Ford Mustang police cruiser. You look at it. I wonder if it says Interceptor on it. I know I saw that. I wonder if it has an Interceptor engine, and if it does, man, oh man, can you imagine the horsepower that thing would have? David Lomaga out front, 0.6 of a second over Al Reed as the two drivers continue to push that front all the way as far away from the rest of the pack as they can get. And right now, that is where they stand. Go and take a look and see what is going on. Where you can find a lot of stuff and where you guys can post a lot of stuff, go to Signature Esports Live. That's something that I want you guys to go in there and be a part of. Give a like and follow to our Signature Esports Facebook page, and then join the Signature Esports Live. Post all your stuff there. We try to post stuff from there that we thoroughly enjoy, and if we see you guys streaming, we try to repost those videos for you. So we repost that to our Facebook page, which we just hit over 1,500 followers. So big celebration on that. Congratulations to each and every one of you for making me help make that happen. And joining us over here. Lots of things that we are starting to do and increase our traffic on. We broadcast 7 days a week, and now we're doing card breaks. Tonight, we're going to be doing a cash race where I'm going to be driving in. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to actually continue to stream and do more and more and more as we continue our progress to that 10,000 follower goal. And do me a favor, invite all of your friends to like and follow Signature Esports. I would appreciate that very much. Driver profile for the Mr. Twisku in the 187. He is the father of 2 boys, Jameson and Jeff, and has a daughter, Bryn. Rob's wife, Morgan, is his biggest fan. So, Morgan, if you're out there watching, thank you for doing so. Excuse me. Rob loves driving with the guys in the Joe Sixpack Racing, citing their great sportsmanship. Rob joined iRacing in April of 2020 during the pandemic lockdown. And Rob says what started as a hobby is now an addiction. Rob's favorite NASCAR driver is Jeff Gordon. Besides iRacing, Rob enjoys woodcrafting and enjoys driving, and started as an over-the-road trucker, now works as a dispatch manager in the transportation industry. So that is going to be Mr. Twisku right there, up 1 spot from where he started, the 187. There he is on your screen, and there's your driver profile of the week. Right there, the 36-year-old from Detroit, Michigan, rocking and rolling. Twisku 6 seconds off the race leader of Lomaga, and I tell you what, Lomaga is really working it as we see David Holden onto that mid-bottom lane. Reed looks like he is starting to fall off pace just a little bit. Al Reed, 34-year-old from Leitrim, Ireland, having fun with it. He has some of my favorite logos on his car. I'm unbiased, but, I dig that. I dig that. Yep, there's that run he has going on right there. Here's a look at the field behind him, 3.5 seconds off. My favorite logo right there. Kiss him, he's Irish. SCTV right there. You gotta love it. Lamaga out front, Lamaga out front, and Reed starting to slow his pace just a little bit. So maybe, it's just the way it goes. 0.3 of a second is the difference on the last 2 laps for Lamaga and to Reed. So I think things are starting to settle into place. Thank you for the big like out there on the video. We appreciate you very much. Kyle sent it over to the PayPal in the Killingbeck is a retired police officer. Heck yeah. Well, my hat's off to him. He made it to retirement on that, and my hat's off to him. So, Mr. Killingbeck, we appreciate you, my friend. There's the number 70 moving up to 3rd place. He did get around Bromfield, and there is his police car right there. So, hats off to him right there, everybody. Go out and hug a policeman. That's what you need to do. Thank you, Greg. Kyle, the PayPal account in there. Oh, Rob Lowe got involved in something. No caution. Let's see what happened here. There's the 21. I think he might have been going to pit road. Oh, he did. He was going to pit road. Oh, he locked up the brakes. Oh, man. Hit the cone. Hey, at least he stopped. Rob Lowe on pit road. That was all that it was. Nothing big. He got stopped, though. David Lamaga, I think that's a short pit. Rob Lowe coming in. Maybe going to get some fresh tires. Going to short pit on lap 30. And hold on to it. Maybe he's going to be thinking of some things here as you see pit cycles beginning for everybody. Lance Brantlinger coming in pit road as well. The driver there. I think the 21 is holding on for dear life. Lance Brantlinger there. It started snowing here again. Just so you know, Warner, if you hear me out there. Miss Piercer, how are you doing out there? Thank you very much for doing what you do. They're on Twitch. Thank you to all the Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube watchers out there. You guys are absolutely wonderful. Thank you for watching on the Facebook Signature Esports Live as well. You guys can have a whole lot of fun doing that. Lomaga, Reed, Killingbeck, Bromfield, McFarland, Tuisku, Davis, Wojcik, Brantlinger, and Lowell. These guys are doing it. I think Lowell got some of that stuff fixed, so maybe saving some of his fast repairs for just in case they need it later. Wojcik on pit road, getting 4 fresh and some good years. Lomaga going to hold on to it, though. He is going to be almost 1.7 seconds out in front of Al Reed as they come around. Lomaga holding on to it, doing a good job at it as you see a front stretch run for this driver. Wojcik coming off pit road. He is going to be 2 laps down, but not for long because we know that those fresh tires are going to be able to eat up the leaders very quickly. And the longer that they are out there, the longer that those fresh tires are going to be able to hold off those drivers. And we got a little pack racing back here as you see all the drivers with new tires in the mix. And in the mix with drivers on 30-lap tires. 35-lap tires as they come around. So the 12 of Bromfield there, 1 of McFarland there as well. The 8 of Brantlinger on fresh tires needs a little bit of excuse me, please. And there he goes there to the inside. He's going to be able to squeeze through it. Good pass by the 8 as he comes around. Lance Brantlinger holding on and moving. High line run for the 8. The 12 there as well. The 12 is going to be in 4th. Coming to pit road is the 12. So Josh Bromfield hitting pit road, getting down to speed, and has to make sure you can't lock him up. Lomaga is out front. And I believe this is where it's going to be. The 21 going to get a lap back. Rob Lowell right here. Lowell doing what he can do to make sure that he holds on to it. 34 outside line run, but he's not going to be able to hold on to those tires for very long as the 21's going to pass him to get a lap back. Bromfield on pit road. You lose about a lap or two when it comes to being on pit road. It takes about 34 seconds to get down pit road, and it takes about 14 seconds to get your stuff changed, 14 to 15 seconds, and then I think the total pit stop for most is about 48 to 51 seconds. 46.92 for Bromfield right there on his pit stop. McFarland on pit road now as he travels down. David Lamaga, he is still holding on to the lead. Killingbeck gets around Al Reed. Al Reed looked like he was coming to pit road, and he is. So Mike Killingbeck able to now start working on the race leader and maybe make these green flag pit cycles, maybe try to make it a one-stop shop for all of them as Lomaga comes around. Lomaga, Killingbeck, Tuisku, Davis, Reed, McFarland. The number one, he's going to be the first driver that was on the lead lap as Lomaga is coming around to the front stretch. That 2-lap gap that you usually get with these drivers on this pit stop. Well, that's not the way it's going to be. Al Reed's going to be the first car 1 lap down as David Lamaga still continues to roll forward. His last 5 laps, though, compared to Killingbeck, a little bit better on the last 2 laps. Killingbeck was starting to close the distance on lap 34 to 36. But we will see how this lap fares out for the drivers. As Brantlinger is starting to approach the race leader, you're going to start seeing those fresh tires eat up the 34. Lap 40 being completed. Highline run for the 8. 34 approaching low. As now you might see the 34 slowing down to come to pits. And he is going to be coming to pit road. Killingbeck is going to be there as well. Comes down to pit road. So you take that back. Killingbeck's going to lead. I was wrong. See, I don't mind being wrong. Killingbeck in first. Tuisku to second as they come around. He is 4 seconds off Killingbeck, but still a whole lot of things can happen. Al Reed going to be the first car to try to get his lap back. He's going around the 12 of Bromfield right now. Bromfield starts to apply. Bromfield very quick on the early going, and then the tires he kind of just ate up the tires. And so now Al Reed, who came in on lap 37, has 2 lap fresher tires than Bromfield as well. So we'll see how this works out as they continue to move forward. Killingbeck still out there. Lap 42 being completed. Tuisku was closing the distance, but Tuisku starting to get back on. He's coming on pit road right now, or coming off pit road right now. So kind of how it goes. Bromfield going around Al Reed. Al Reed to the inside. Bromfield trying to take over the lead and is going to do so. Lomaga a little later on pit road than everybody. He came in on 40 and now is going to have to be tracking down the rest of the field. Bromfield holding on to P1. The number 12 has the 3 of Al Reed right there. Killingbeck on pit road. Still technically the race leader, but he's going to have the freshest tires coming off pit road, as you see here in just a little bit. So maybe that might make a big difference here. Bromfield coming around to try to take that lead away from Killingbeck, who basically is owning the show right now. Now finally coming off pit road. Not going to be a lap down. He is going to be right there. That's a good pit cycle for that driver right there. Once he gets back up to speed, if this stays green the entire way, look for Killingbeck to really be making moves. 40 to 43 laps, that's about right. I think that's about right. 70% fuel. I know that some of the drivers went 50 laps and were pushing it at Texas last night. Almost the same length here as what they were yesterday. So absolutely amazing to see there. Did you put the hydrate in there? I bet you did. Did you? You did it. You did it, didn't you? Hydrate, man. You got a lot of points. I'm getting bombarded with some hydrates out there. I dig it. I dig it. Thank you, Piercer. I appreciate you. You'll be redeeming all of that very soon. The 70 is pitting, says Gray. Oh, yeah, you called it. You definitely called it. Thank you very much. Oh. So Bromfield 1.4 seconds out over the 3 of Reed. $1.6, catching up to the 9 of Wojcik. You don't think Twitch likes you? Why is that? Because it continue. Is it a continuous thing? Oh, man. Let's see what's happening with some of the racers out there. I do see that last lap for Bromfield a 31.22. Lomaga ran a 31.19. Fastest racer out there right now, Tuiscu, 30.76 on his last lap. So that guy out there with the freshest tires, the 187 in 6th. He's starting to catch up to Killingbeck right there as well. But that's not to say anything because Killingbeck's still still faster than the race leader himself as well. So that's going to be all about tire wear. These two drivers together, the 70 and the 187, they are the drivers to be looking at because with 25 laps to go, a long green flag run right here means that their relatives catching the race leaders 0.4 of a second at a time is going to be huge. Bromfield out front, 2 seconds out over Reed as they continue to move forward. Bromfield, Reed, Lomaga up to 3rd as he got around McFarland. As you see them moving forward now, 31.11 on his last lap. McFarland 31.65, and Lomaga starting to catch the leaders pretty heavily. Definitely a top 3 car, and as if they go 25 to go, he's going to start catching Reed. Let's take a look at Al Reed and see what the last 5 lap times for the two drivers were. Lomaga slower on 47 and 48, but really hammering it down in 49 and 50. And Al Reed trying to catch up to Bromfield. He does on 47, but everything else just, first caution comes out. Brantlinger, the 8. That's going to tie everybody back up. I do believe everybody's going to come to pit road. That would be the smart thing to do. 24 laps to go. Here's the 8. Ooh, something happened there. Those cars don't violently do that. Well, I mean, they do if something goes wrong. So, man, something happened to Brantlinger pretty darn bad there. Back to live. If you're Bromfield, what do? You come to pit road. I would come to pit road. If I were everybody out there, I would come to pit road. Yes, sir. Wojcik would be the wave around. Killingbeck's going to hold on to it. He was in on lap 42, but he's got 24 laps to go. I would still come to pit road. Still come to pit road. Yes, sir. Tell me how your day is going out there, folks, because I tell you what, we are just having a blast over here. And again, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Pitch strategy will win this pending any cautions. I think, Anthony, I think we spoke too soon, right? Irking, you try to put what you want out there on Twitch with an emote, and it will not load. It's irking your soul. I don't know. I don't know why it won't. I have no clue. All I know is I've loaded some in there for rewards on Twitch, and so you get the shield for level 1, you get the me on level 2, and then you get the shield and me on level 3 or something like that. I guess that's just the way it goes. Alrighty, first caution, the only caution happens. I think there must have been a malfunction there or something that happened with Brantlinger's wheel. That's the only thing that I can think of that happened, because your cars don't jump like that. Even it would be very hard to have your car do that, and kind of like what netcode does, where it jumps your car over. So what it looked like right there. But these things do happen. Killingbeck, McFarland, Bromfield, Reed, Lamaga. Those guys are going to be inside the top 5. Tuisku, the 187 was fast. Everybody comes to pit road. McFarland comes in, takes 2 tires. And if I were any of these guys, I would not have put fuel in my car. I would have made my car a little bit lighter. That's just me not giving pit strategy out. I'm just saying. Killingbeck came in on lap 42. He's got 10 laps on his tires, including 2 under caution right now, or 3 under caution right now. So maybe feels like he has got it and can still drive. Man, oh man. So when we go back to green flag racing, we should be 20 laps to go. Joe Sixpack Racing League. A lot of fun. These guys are amazing. I dig it. All right. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to be rocking and rolling here very, very, very shortly. They're coming around turn 2 backstretch, and they're going to have a whole lot of fun here very, very shortly. All right, pace car is going to dive off. And we're going to be ready to rock and roll here very shortly. Here they are waiting for the... Oh, we're going to delay. Oh, there he is. I was going to say, hopefully it doesn't delay it. It doesn't make any sense. Waiting for the green flag from Fred the Flagman. Got to wait for the leader. Green, green, green. Because if you pass the leader, you're going to get a black flag. You don't want to do that. Killingbeck, McFarland. McFarland's going to drop down in front of the 12. The 12 might give him a little bump right there on those fresh tires. I know that the one seemed like he got a 10-second pit stop, so I think he just took two tires. Lumaga right there on the back bumper of the 12. 2 outside tires. Not going to be the best for you, but we'll see how it works for the number 1 defending. 20 laps to go on the inside. Al Reed to the outside of the 1. He's going to be there. He's going to clear him. 70 of Killingbeck pulling away from him. Nobody able to catch up to him at the current moment, but Al Reed there in the mix. The 1 of McFarland holding on. Set of tires in the bag. Whoa, 34, Lamaga. Oh, man, they're going to Isku. Everybody up into the wall. Everybody holding off the wall. No caution. 19 laps to go. Killingbeck and Reed. Those are the two out front. Reed with the fresher of the tires. 70 there. Blocking nicely. When I say blocking, he is defending. He knows that Reed has the fresh tires. Quick caution would have been the way to be. Al Reed now out front, gets around Killingbeck. Davis coming through. Tuisku on pit road now. Had to come on pit road, and man, oh man. "17 laps to go." Al Reed, it was Lamaga and Bromfield. Those two tires might have been a good idea, but it just kind of slowed him up. And I know that McFarland was thinking, well, and, I might have done the same thing. But man, oh man, here they are. Killingbeck not far off, though. Even the 10 laps he has on his tires, he's right there in the back bumper area of the three. So this race isn't over. 16 laps to go. Killingbeck can pull within just a little bit. Restart was clean. I thank you, Greg. I just wanted to make sure. I know that you and I were talking about it before. I always try to make sure that you don't get past the leader before you do it. I hate to see people get black flags from iRacing on that regard. If you go before the leader does, it's just, or if you cross the line before the leader does, and iRacing reams it that way. I don't like that about it. Sometimes it just makes it rough in that regard. Reed, Killingbeck right there in the draft of Reed. And man, oh man, it's not over. It is never over until, the sings. Davis 4 seconds off. Bromfield, he's back there as well. The 12 trying to get back into the mix after what happened there. There's the 8 of Brantlinger trying to get a lap back. He's out there at least still racing, having fun. There he is. Lamaga, the 34. As the 21 to the inside, that's Lowell. Going low, trying to stay out of the way. Unfortunate circumstances we saw right there. Umaga inside the top 5, though, so hey, we got to get it. Reed, Killingbeck, Davis, Bromfield, Umaga, top 5 for everybody. And what a run it's been. Only one caution in 75 laps, and that's pretty darn amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a few drivers in here. But at the same time, when they went as hard as they did when this first started, you and the way that the front stretch works at Vegas, it could have been more dangerous than what it was. It didn't. They ran really well, and hats off to them. Reed pulling away just a little bit as those tires start to become a factor. Last lap for Al Reed was a 31:05, Killingbeck a 31:26. Man, they are continuing a good trend here. They're going to come around. 10 laps to go here at Las Vegas. The crapshoot, 75, 112.5 miles in this matchup, as they are going to be completing week 6 with a nice little doozy. Happy Valentine's Day, like I said. Oh, nice. Go 70. Great driving by Reed. Patience is it's always the big key. Page Lane, is it? Yeah, it's Page Y Lane. AG Lane out there on Twitch. Thank you very much. Killing back, holding on to it. Dig it, dig it, dig it. Moving around. Moving on up. Hey, let's go cockpit view for a couple of laps with the number 70. This is what it looks like. This is what he sees when he drives right now, or pretty close to it. Run stretch right there. This is what we see when we look back at the Marine Corps veteran. There is. Oh, camo. You gotta love it. The kind of camo that I wore. A great drive from the number 70. He was leading. He had the pit strategy to win this. And if it had stayed green the entire way, I could have put money that he'd be either right where he's at or right where the car in front of him is. And it's been a good race. And it's good to see these guys doing what they do. Lap 7 being completed. It looks like Al Reed got a little bit loose on exit there. I think that's Al's wife or girlfriend. Here's the number 3. Got a young lady staring back at him. How cool is that? Sammy Davis. Does Sammy have anything in there? There's Sammy Davis's car. That's the look. That's what he's looking at. He's trying to catch up to Killing back in the next 6 laps. And Mr. Davis, the number 54, rolling through the gears, doing what he does. Josh Bromfield, a 12 in this Toyota. Can't really see the nameplate on this car. A little weird. This car sounds sick. Lil Maga, the 34, in 5th place, 11 seconds off the race leader. Coming off, led a bunch of laps. Had his strategy there as well. But you never know what's going to happen. Wojcik, a little bit loose. You hear him get out of the throttle there. He was a little bit free on a corner exit on turn 4. That's what you're hearing. Mr. Brantlinger, we're going to ride around with him. Woo, a little bit squirrely. A little bit squirrely. Stay out of the wall, buddy. Got a little left side damage, a little right side damage. You got to make it match. This track is hot and slick and continuously changes as you continue to roll forward. Ooh, man. You hear him go. There's Rob Lowell. In front of, or behind Brantlinger right there. Mr. Twisku, he's got some front one-liners coming. A little bit free, but there is Twisku coming out of the turn 2 exit right there. Al Reed, 3 laps to go. Holding on to it as they come around. Killing back 1.26 seconds off. Davis within striking distance of Killing back right here. The 54 getting close. Bromfield right there as well. You're seeing a little bit of draft effect. 2 seconds and closing for the 54. I forget Killingbeck came in on lap 42. So he didn't pit that last time by. 2 laps to go here as the relative of Killingbeck and Davis starting to shrink. As now Al Reed holding on to it. 1.2 seconds is the gap. And Killingbeck and Davis are pretty much 2 seconds apart. Do they have enough as they come around? Turn 3, turn 4. Front stretch run for the number 3 car. The SETV. RSFI takes the white flag at Las Vegas. Brought to you by, you see it on your screen, Drinking Bros Racing. Go to Drinking Bros Racing on Facebook and give them a like and follow for me. A racing group, part of all of our series, and has been a big supporter of Signature Esports since the very beginning. We want a big thank you to those guys over there. And we love it. May of 2020 is when we started, and you guys have made me very, very fortunate. 3 of Killingbeck comes around, takes the checkered flag. Al Reed makes it 3 in a row. Reed wins it right here. Killingbeck's going to come home 2nd. Davis in 3rd. Bromfield 4th. Lomaga, he's going to come home 5th. Brantlinger, a 1 lap down. You see him completing right there. Congratulations to Al Reed What's going on, Kelly? How you doing, buddy? Mr. Poinier out there. We do dig him. Kelly Poinier, KPTV on Twitch. Go and check him out. Broadcasting the Sunday afternoon racing. We do have a little bit of love taps for everybody. Reed, going to burn down the house. Chances for everybody. Joe Six Pack Racing, having fun. Man, oh man. Here's now Reed rocking and rolling. Digging in it. Get it, buddy. Congrats to Al again. Thanks for the share. Thanks for the share, my friend. You guys are absolutely amazing. Al Reed wins it here. And man, oh man. You gonna burn it down and blow it up. Oh man, oh man. Oh man, Al Reed wins it. Let's go over the race results real quick. Al Reed, Mike Killingback is going to be there. In P2, he did a great job. If it had gone green the entire time, I think you would have been looking at a little bit of a different story. But still, to say the least, what a great drive. McFarland had the right idea, and I probably would have done the same thing. Just the restart right there. Just everything just went so congested real quick. So the 2-tire pit stop to get position, I probably would have done the same thing. So no fault to anybody there. That was a great opportunity. Almost, but hey, they let it go green the rest of the way. No cautions were called after that. So that's good racing. Reed, Killingback, Davis. That's going to be the top 3. Bromfield and Lomaga make it up to top 5. Brian Wojcik, Lance Brantlinger, Robert Lowell, and Mr. Twisku, Mr. McFarland, and Greg Joe. You see him down there on the bottom. That is the guy that runs the show behind the scenes. So absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Greg, for doing what you do out there, and we appreciate you. The Crapshoot of Las Vegas is in the books. Let's see if we've got some folks to talk to over here in the Joe Six Pack Racing League, and we will do it. There he is. Mr. Al Reed, the man of the hour, 3 weeks in a row. What's going on, my man?
I don't know, Jason. I really think I just got lucky there. Like, I think I qualified, was a 3rd or 4th in the grids. Short pitted, came out, Lamaga was still catching me. To be honest, I was thinking top 5. I wasn't thinking to win at all.
And I was talking about it. If it had stayed green, Killingbeck had probably the best pitch strategy out there as far as what was going on with that. Lamaga was catching you there early on, but I think we would have seen something different. But it worked out in your favor. You never know what's going to happen on a racetrack, and today you're the victor. You started pulling away from the 70 behind you, and that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I respect that. Last restart, I think I was really aggressive going through 1 and 2. I was on the outside, I think, up to 12, and got on the outside at 1 as well. Went around the outside to 3 and 4, and just that was pretty much it. But yeah, it was hard to keep those tires under me, like the back end, to swing out so much, and this racetrack does not suit me at all.
Yeah, this is a slick racetrack. High line is the best line here in Las Vegas. That's what they say, at least. But still, I mean, you guys did a fantastic job. Only 1 caution over 75 laps. You guys it was a great race to watch and to call. And Al, even if it was in the top 5, I'm probably still going to talk to you again later on anyway. So it just so happens to be 3 weeks in a row that we get to talk to you first.
Love it.
I'll give you shout outs out there for me, my friend.
I just want to give it to Greg, obviously, for hosting the league. He's a great league owner, having us here, so it's great. He's putting on practice nearly every night of the week, so we appreciate that. Also for yourself, Jason, for obviously doing the stream and the broadcasting, fantastic. It's a great league, happy to be part of it. And also for my teammates as well, shout out to them, and also shout out to my wife as well, which I forgot to say to you. You were completely right. That is my wife on my dashboard, on my car. So it's kind of like good luck charm.
Well, there you go. Well, good luck 3 weeks in a row. You better put like 10 of them up there so that way, you keep that luck going, right?
Exactly. I'll try and build momentum as much as I can. Thanks very much, Jason.
You're welcome. And that's going to do you some justice for points too. That should give you an opportunity to, I think you might, with that finish, you should be in the lead in points now. If I'm correct. So you were second by 4 points. Now you should be either tied or 1 point ahead of Lamaga if my points are calculated correctly in my head here. So congratulations on that as well.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Jason. Thank you.
You too. Al Reed's going to be your race winner. And what a race it was. Let's talk to this guy right here. Mike Killingbeck, the number 70, comes home second. Man, you didn't go into pits. And it was a pretty phenomenal race. You held up with Al Reed for quite a long time, and then it just your tires started to give away, but you stayed within that 1 second relative, 1.5 second relative. Talk to me about your race and how it went.
Oh wow, it was what fun! I mean, it was a great race. I was just trying to keep up with Al because I know in our first. Before our first tire change, I started to catch him, so I was hoping that was going to happen at the second half there, and I was catching him, but I just ran out of track. But a lot of fun, and hey, I'll take second place. Good time.
I wouldn't complain about it either. And from my point of view, if I was in there driving with you guys, I'd be like, "Woo, I finished second. I didn't stay in the back and do my thing."
Right.
No, and I was saying this, was talking to Al about it. You had the best pitch strategy out there. I mean, you put yourself in contention if it stayed green the entire way, which it looked like it was going to, up until just the little got loose and Brandlinger went right to the wall, and that's what brought that out. But it looked like you had the strategy, and you were just gonna catch them. Those 10 lap extra or the 12 lap extra tires that you had for the top three it was just a smart move, and it still worked out in your favor. Yeah, the restart was good. You got out front, and it took a little bit longer for them to swallow you up. In my opinion, that's how I called the race. So, just so that's kind of my opinion. But next week, another race, another chance for that top five. And what do you got? What are the plans for next week?
Yeah, well, we're returning. Is it Pocono next week?
Phoenix next week.
Phoenix. I'm sorry. We just went to Pocono. Yeah, I'm sorry. Phoenix. Phoenix isn't my favorite track, but again, I'll just try to hang in there. And it's all about the tire changes. And you're right. You're exactly right. If that caution wouldn't have came out, I think I would have been in some pretty good shape to win it. But just next week. Stay out there as long as you possibly can. Change tires at the last, as the last resort, and then take it to the finish. That's the strategy.
Legacy Phoenix is a lot of fun. I like ISM a little bit better. I like being able to hit that dog leg and then make myself downshift in 3 and 4, and then get on the front stretch. It's on old tires at least. So I like watching. I like the last time you guys were at Phoenix. It was a blast to call there too. So. It's going to be a great race, and congratulations to P3. Make sure you give your shout out, or P2, I'm sorry, and give your shout outs out there for me.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Just a shout out to my family. They're watching live on Twitch right now, your broadcast. So, and hey, great race, Al. And thanks, Greg, for the lead. Awesome job. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Mike Killingbeck comes home in P2, Detroit, Michigan native. He is having a whole lot of fun, and being very humble about it. There is the number 70 doing his thing. Sammy Davis, the number 54, is going to be your P3 finisher. We're going to bring him in and talk to him about how his race ended up. 59-year-old from Shelby, North Carolina. My man, tell me how. Hey, you've got a you've got a cup right there, and that's a pretty fancy darn cup on your profile picture. I've seen it a couple of times, but I was going to ask you about how you got that close to the old NASCAR trophy.
Well, I have to admit that's not the actual championship trophy. It's a replica. And I was in the pits at Richmond, Virginia race in 2019, and they had it set up for you to be able to take your picture with it.
It's still cool. It's still cool. Replica or not, you were in the pits, and that's what, and there's a big old giant trophy that is sitting there, so it's still really cool.
Yeah.
And good stories behind it. Tell me about your race today, my friend.
Well, it started off good. I kind of favored the mile and a half and had a decent qualifying run. As everybody knows, on Vegas, the tires seem to wear out pretty quickly, and you just gotta, just try to maintain. So we went second longest of anybody before we pitted at, after 41 laps of green flag racing. So come in, change tires, and then that caution came out. That after that pit stop, I was running like eighth, and when the caution came out and we lined back up, I was restarted in seventh. And the guys were getting a little racy there, and they got three wide and opened the hole up, and I was able to come on to third, just cruised around.
Now, cruising around sometimes is just the only way that you can do it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, congratulations to the P3 finish. It's my chance to talk to you here, and I'm going to let you give your shout outs. And next week, we're going to have Legacy Phoenix again, so it'll be a lot of fun there as well. So make sure you shout out to your family and whoever's watching out there, and we'll let you go for the day, and we'll talk to you next week, right?
Thank you, sir. Enjoyed it. I just want to give a shout out to, first of all, my wife for putting up with this, and then my sponsors, Kenny's Muffler and Break here in Shelby, North Carolina, and Jiggy Pig Barbecue in Gaffney, South Carolina. Appreciate all their support and following, and looking forward to the next race. And also want to appreciate the guys in this league. All of them are super guys. My teammates, Al Reed, Mac McFarland, and Rob. I can't say his last name, so I'm not even going to try.
Is it Tuiscu?
But Team Atlantic, yeah.
Mr. Tuiscu. Yeah. It's
yeah.
okay.
Good guys, good group of guys. Enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jason.
Absolutely. Team Atlantic Racing for Sammy Davis, number 54. Congratulations on a P3 finish, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Sammy Davis comes home third, and I'm going to talk to Josh because I want to talk to this guy not only about his P4 finish, but also about kind of the restart and kind of how that all played out for him in his race, because he had a heck of a race going on. Kind of fell back a little bit, but then you built yourself back up to start passing people again, and then the caution comes out, and I thought you were going to be right there. You were right there with Al Reed and the guys up front. So walk us through your race and tell us how it went right there.
Yeah, I had a pretty good race starting out. I think I was pushing it a little too hard at the beginning of the race. My tires fell off. Started to fall back. And Dave, he started to pull away. After a pit stop, I started to catch back up. Was able to get out there in the front a little bit and get ahead, and the caution came out and did a pit stop. McFarland got out. He got out in front of us, and we got three wide in the turn, and I got loose, and McFarland got loose, and we all got squirrely there coming out. I guess it was turn two, and just fell back into turn four in fourth place, and just followed it out there. Good race overall. Fairly new to it. Good group of guys. Good clean racers. Greg puts on a good show, and it's been good fun.
Well, I tell you what, you were the first person to go Highline early on, and they say Vegas is the Highline track. Highline is the right line here, and I was watching you keep up with Greg until you guys started kind of fighting inside a little bit, but you were definitely the first one that went Highline first, Highline to midline, and so you gave me an opportunity to talk about that. So absolutely fantastic race by you early on and at the end. It's we know that sometimes the two tire stop works here on a short pit, but it just kind of everybody kind of got together all at once real fast there on that restart.
Yeah, it's funny. I practiced a little bit during the week, and I was trying to run the low line, and I couldn't run it. I was spinning out. I was coming out loose, slowing down. Started running the high line, and it was fast. I think that's the best way to go at that track.
If you can manage it and you can keep it off the wall, they say high line's the fast line around here. So especially at night, if you guys run this at night, it is definitely faster up top. So. But great track. Same thing with kind of like Kansas. Kansas is the same way. I can run Kansas almost full throttle, maybe a little lift point before you get into the turn, but you can almost run it full throttle at Kansas. But definitely a good track and definitely a lot of fun. And P4 finish is nothing to sneeze at. It's still a lot of fun here.
Yep, I'm still learning. I'm very happy with the finishes, staying fairly close to the top of the points. Again, it's a good group of guys, good clean racing. Greg puts on a good show, and I appreciate you for broadcasting it all. And we'll be back next week. Hope something better.
Well, you got Legacy Phoenix one more time, so it'd be a lot of fun there.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's P4 Josh Bromfield, 37-year-old from Roanoke, Virginia, doing what he does best and being consistent, having a good time. That's going to do it for the rest of us. I do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Appreciate you all for tuning in. You don't have to tune in, but you choose to, and I thank you very much for doing so. That's how it is. Al Reed, your race winner here at the Las Vegas 75. The crapshoot is in the books. We're going to be back at Legacy Phoenix next week, and then after that, they're going to have Daytona tonight. Real Racing Online Dirt Series is taking the night off for the championship next week. Tonight, we're going to be broadcasting right here from the cockpit of my own steering wheel stuff. You're going to watch me drive a little cash race here in a couple of hours. So I'm going to get my practice in and get ready. We're going to run Talladega. It's going to be fun. Love you. Appreciate you. Have a great afternoon. We're going to see you a little bit later today. Remember to tune in tomorrow, the Reinco E-Performance Dirt Series. Tomorrow evening, that is going to be a big one. And thank you all very, very much. Remember to go give us a like on Twitch, or give us a follow on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. All of it, Signature Esports. And then join the Signature Esports Live Facebook group. We would love to have you over there. Post your stuff up there, and we'll enjoy everything that you do. Thank you very much, and have a fantastic afternoon.